Making Away with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee on KUHS Radio TV Denver.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. How you doing out there? So happy to be with you. This is Making Away with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. It's your hump day. It's your hump day. Yeah. Check. All right. Welcome to the show again. Have you ever just had one of those days? Okay, I'm going to just start off right now and let you know I'm having one of those days. But I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm so happy for the topic of the show today. And I think it's very important to talk about this topic, especially if you're having a bad day, because the topic is gratitude. This is a month of, here in America, this is the month of Thanksgiving, which we celebrate on the third Thursday of every November. It's built around really a tragic thing. It's built around when the colonists came over here and the Indians welcomed them and gave them food and showed them how to live on this continent. And then they were wiped out. I don't know how else to say it. That's why I say it's built around a tragic thing. But I decided that instead of Thanksgiving, I was going to celebrate the day as a day of giving thanks. And I have so much thanks for this young lady on the phone with me. How you doing, Lisa?
Oh, real good. So happy to be here.
Okay, so let's just start off. Can you just give something that you're thankful for to start off?
Well, yeah, I'm so glad that this show is about gratitude, because how important is it for us all to have the attitude of gratitude? And I would say that one thing that I always have been struggling with since I became disabled is sort of missing my past life. But what I would say is that I'm grateful for my life right now the way it is. Despite some losses, I'm still so grateful for the life I have. I have friends and family, and I have you, Sheryl, and I have this dog that I'm fostering, and I have a home, and I have food. And, you know, some of the things that we fail to show our gratitude for, other people are praying for.
Right.
So, you know, we just have to be grateful and not be lazy about forgetting all the wonderful things to be grateful for.
I love that. I do love that. Well, I want to just say that I am grateful that, I woke up this morning. I had a really difficult night, family issues, relationship, but I'm so grateful to see another day, because I do appreciate this life. I appreciate this planet. You know, I believe that we're spiritual beings living a human life, a body life. And my spirit chose this body, and though life has not been perfect for me, as it's not perfect for anyone, but, I'm so grateful to be alive today. And I'm grateful to be here at KUHS, planting a seed for a dream. I'm grateful to all of our friends that are tuned in from around the world right now. I've got Pakistan and Norway and Serbia and Turkey and Brazil and Belgium, and here in the good old United States. We just want to say that we are so thankful to everybody who tunes into this show. We've been here since January. I can't even remember the day we kicked off, the 20th. January 20th we kicked off, and I think this is our 31st show. And, it's been fun. It's been a learning lesson, and we've been able to bring some great information to you all. And one of the ways that we do that is by connecting with our Pinterest board, which is at pinterest.com. And if you go to that board, go to Pinterest and look under Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. We have a board called Gratitude, and on there are some absolutely wonderful things to get your spirit going. I probably should have read about 10 of them before I got on the air, but at any rate, we were trying to think of, you're doing a show about gratitude. How do you base it? So what we decided, for those of you who are just tuning in, again, this is Making a Way with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee, and the name Making a Way comes from the Christian saying, God will make a way out of no way. And I believe that with my whole heart and soul. And on the phone is my best friend of 40 years, Lisa McGrew. I had just come back from Seattle, Washington, where I had been living with my father for about 8 miserable months, maybe 9 months. But I was shell-shocked when I got back to Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is where we were living at the time. And on my first day of school, these 2 ladies walked up to me, and the one says, "Hey, want to be our friend?" And those ladies were Cindy Haynes, who now Cindy Pace, a wonderful person, a renowned disc jockey who was on the air in San Diego area for many, many years, and my friend Lisa McGrew. And we just became inseparable. Those girls saved my life, and I was so grateful. But another milestone for me this year is this year makes 35 years that I made the decision to sing professionally. And that's a big deal because I've been singing all my life. My mother, and my stepfather are professional entertainers. I was raised in the business, raised around music and rehearsals, and we suffered so much financially that I swore to God I wasn't going to sing for a living. So when I got out of high school, I got a job at the phone company, which was at that time Mountain Bell. And I got another job after Mountain Bell. I was a concierge at a hotel, but I'll tell you what, I didn't like it. And I missed the applause. And I knew that the one thing that made me stand out my whole life was my voice. That made me stand out. It made people treat me differently. And so 35 years ago, I made the decision that, I can do this for a living. And I'm so grateful. There's so much I'm grateful for. I'm grateful I was able to raise my children using my gifts and talents. I raised 3 beautiful girls. I've done so much. My website is SherylRenee.com, which is SherylRenee. And right now I'm offering a free download of my CD, Sheryl Renee and Her Salute to the Legends, from my website. So if any of you would like some fresh music, I've got 12 tracks of songs that you've probably known. These were all artists that meant so much to me and did so much for me. But one of the things that happened, my love of music was fostered and grown at Sabin Junior High School in Colorado Springs, where Cindy, Lisa, and I were in the class. We were in music class, and I think we were in mixed choir, and we were also in a choir called Madrigal, where madrigal singing. We were, and I might add on here, not to brag, Lisa, but I do believe we won a couple of awards, right? I still have my award, I still have my award from when we took the vocal competition because we were so good at it. But we're going to play a song coming up here in the next minute or so. And then when we come back, I'm going to have on the phone with us our music teacher from 1977, 76 and 77, Miss Lynn Branford. And, I know she meant a lot to you too, didn't she, Lisa?
Oh, my gosh. She played an amazing part in my journey, your journey, Cindy's journey. We have to have her on this show.
If we're going to talk about, because now Cindy lives in San Diego, and she sent a pre-taped thing for Miss Branford that I'm going to play a little bit later. Again, today's show is just about gratitude, and I could think of no better way to start the show off than by having someone on that really shaped my destiny. And it's amazing because I sing all styles of music. And it's because of this choir class and the things that we learned and my love of harmony, which I got from home because of course I was raised by singers. But me and these girls, we used to harmonize all the time. But again, we're just so very grateful to our teacher. And so when I come back, right now we're gonna go to music, and when we come back, we'll have Miss Lynn Branford on the phone.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, just be thankful.
All righty then. Woo, I tell you what, life can be kind sometimes, and right now it's being very kind to me because I have on the phone someone who means so much to me and so much to my dear friend Lisa McGrew on here. On the phone is our 8th and 9th grade choir teacher, Miss Lynn Branford. Hello? No. Oh, I pushed mute. Okay, there it is. Can you ladies hear me?
Yes, indeed.
All right, Miss Branford, how are you doing?
I am fine. Thank you so much. Thanks for calling.
Oh, man, this means so much. Okay, Lisa, go ahead and just start it off.
Well,
Miss Lynn Branford. We wanted to have you on Cheryl's show, Making Away with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee, because we want to thank you for your part in our journey. And I'm sure, Miss Branford, you have had many, many hundreds of students over the years, and we were probably among some of your earlier students, and I'm sure you have a gob of students that would love to be part of this and express their gratitude to you. But today, you're going to hear it from three of us, Cindy, Cheryl, and Lisa.
That? Oh, how exciting.
So one question is, Lisa said hundreds of students, but it's probably more like in the thousands, wouldn't you say?
It is, for sure, in the thousands, yes, because I've taught for 37 years.
37. So did you start the year, because we were trying to figure out, did you just start teaching when we were in your class, or how long have you been a teacher?
I started teaching in 1970, and I taught for 6 years in Greeley. And I actually started the year before I graduated because I intern taught, so I kind of count that as a year of teaching.
Uh-huh.
And I taught junior high students up there. And then when I got married, I moved to Colorado Springs, and my first teaching job in Colorado Springs was in District 11 at Sabin, which had just opened at that time. So that would have been in 1975 that I started there.
Wow.
So it was pretty close to the time when you guys were just getting started. I don't know when you guys exactly were there.
We started the year that Sabin opened.
Well, 76, so right. 75, 76 was the first year.
Yep, and so you guys did start. You were my very first children
in
Colorado Springs.
I love that. Well, my memories, my memories of choir was it just being a sanctuary where we could get away, and you were such a great teacher. And I reminded Lisa of this. I don't know if she remembered, but you took our whole class to see Star Wars.
Yeah, I do remember. Yes,
and we were an award-winning madrigal group.
Yeah, that's very true. And I guess because I always had this wonderful energy that I got from you students, that you were energetic, you were enthusiastic, and I thought, boy, it kept me young because I always had to be several steps ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so musically, that's where the challenge was for me, and I found that there was never anything that I gave you that you said, oh, we can't do that. Because I just said, well, yes, we're going to do that. Mm-hmm. And then you did.
And
it was amazing, really amazing.
Oh, my God. I remember our dresses that were made of kind of like a burlap Muslim dress, and we each had
I remember. I have one of those still.
You still have one?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh. We each had our own different color ribbons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the boys' shirt colors matched the colors of your ribbons, whatever those were.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, I'm wondering, of course, because you know that I ended up going into the profession professionally. But what's the percentage of your students that actually went on?
It's interesting. I don't know that I don't know that I can place a percentage on it, but I do know that I hear from kids. I heard from a young man back in 2008 that was probably in about the same vintage that you guys were, and he's out in California now. He's in his 50s now. And he has taken up, he is a real lover of jazz now, plays some jazz piano, does some of those kinds of things, and he didn't do any of those, I don't think. So I think that whether you're pursuing it as a career or just because you're passionate about it and you love it, I think there are probably a good number of people who still are involved in music in some way.
Right, because, music is the universal language. And whether people, I always tell people when I'm at my concerts, whether they can hold a tune in a bucket or not, people love to sing,
That's true.
There's a healing part of it. And I can imagine that it's been very rewarding for you. Now, I know that you are retired, but what are you doing now? What are you, how are you keeping yourself in the music?
Well, my husband laughs when people say, is she enjoying her retirement? And he says, well, she's really not retired. I retired from public school teaching in 2006, but I had this moment of anxiety, and I thought, after 37 years, what if I'm not teaching? Does that mean I'm not a person anymore? And so I had worked with the Colorado Springs Children's Chorale for 9 years before I went to teach at Doherty High School, and they needed an accompanist, and I thought, oh, good, I can go play piano for them. So that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. I'm an accompanist for one of the groups.
Oh, wonderful. I just did a concert last week with the Boulder Chorale. And
oh, nice.
Yes, yeah, so I'm still I'm loving that part that part of me, that part of the madrigals, that, you know, that style of singing. And what is that? I know it's magical, but isn't there another word for that style of music?
Well, typically madrigals came from the Renaissance period, and the instruments didn't, you know, stay well in tune, and so people sang without an instrument because the voices were better in tune than the clavichord and the instruments of the day. They didn't stay tuned well. So and madrigals don't just come from that time period, but that's what the Renaissance time period is sort of known for, basically.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I just wanted to share something. And I can't remember what year it was. It was either 2005 or 2006. I was honored to sing with the Colorado Symphony Orchestra under the great Marvin Hamlisch. And so I contacted Miss Branford and invited her to come up to the concert. But, you know, I was always, Miss Branford, what I call musically lazy. Because I think because I was raised in the business and because I had such a good ear, I never learned to read.
Exactly.
I never learned to read.
I think that's probably true more often of people even now than it used to be, because if you have a great ear, you can just pick things up, typically. Right.
I think you were surprised, though, because when I went to go audition for the Odyssey, the Doherty Odyssey group, and I told the director I couldn't read music, I think you were surprised. I think you were surprised by that.
I actually was, because I think that I just assume, because we didn't do a lot of individual singing. Right. We always sang as a group. Right. And if you were always with somebody who was a strong reader, then you could have picked up the part from them. Yes, and also once you played it on the piano, I'd have it, you know. Exactly. But of course, we always had sheet music in our hands. You know, sure. We always had sheet music in our hands. So, you know, but the thing is, it has come back to bite me a few times in my career. Even though I did go back and take theory, I think it's something like a foreign language. If you don't keep using it, you lose it. Yes. You know, the ability to do it. And I don't, as a vocalist, I don't desire to look at a piece of paper when I'm singing or when I'm learning. You'd just rather have somebody play it for you.
Right. But it has come back to bite me a couple of times. And I did get bit that night. And I had such plans of being able to call you out from the audience and because you were retiring that year and make a big thing of it, but then it became a thing. I ran into a problem with it with Mr. Hamlisch, and I just didn't want to embarrass you. You know, here's my music teacher and I can't read. I mean, but oh my God! But it meant so much to me that you were in the audience that night when I sang with the symphony.
It meant so much to me too. It was very special, and I loved being there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Lisa, do you have any last things? And then what I'm going to do is when we get off, I'm going to play a recording from Cindy. And then what I'm going to do, Lynn, is send you a copy, a link to this interview and this We Love Lynn Branford section of my gratitude show today.
That's wonderful.
Yes, Cindy wanted to get in on it. And it's so amazing that we are all still the best of friends 40 years later. We held on to each other. And a lot of that glue came from you. It came from you and our time that we spent together in your class.
You know, I just wanted to add one thing, that for you, Sheryl, you have a lifelong journey of being a singer and being musically involved. that isn't the case for me. I didn't continue to have that be a part of my life. But what I would say with you, Miss Branford, is that beyond just being a great music teacher, you just made us feel special, and you gave up your lunch break and would meet and do the montage, which was a little singing group. Exactly. 5 of us were in, and you would give that up for us every day, and we just felt so important. And that's, I think, the only time in my school education that I had it's emotional, you just gave us such a feeling of value. And that's what you do beyond just teaching music and being an amazing choir director. I feel like you must have given that to thousands of students, but you just made us feel special, and it was really the best time in our education. And I know that Sheryl and I both agree on that, and those were the best 2 years. And I wish you could have followed us into Doherty, because we were a little bit disappointed.
Right, we all lost our spark.
There.
We all lost our spark for choir when we got to high school.
Well, and the thing of it is, and thank you so much, Lisa, for saying that. It was my pleasure to do all that because I loved you guys.
You were amazing, and I'm sure you still are, and we're so glad that you're still in our life.
And I cannot thank you enough for coming on the show today, because this is all we could think of. What were we most grateful for? And this year, Miss Branford, I'm celebrating 35 years of singing for a living and entertaining for a living. And on my website, SherylRenee.com.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
I know. SherylRenee.com. I'm offering a free download. I wish that, that I had achieved the fame and the that I was trying to get to. But I have managed to keep all of my bills paid. And I raised 3 beautiful girls. Thing. That's an important thing. But this business is a struggle, and it continues to be a struggle, and I'm really trying to find some other things all of these years later, because I am 54 and I'm looking at retirement in 15 years and wondering how I'm going to retire. But the gift of song, I continue to touch and bless people every day, and that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me in the business. And so music is definitely the universal language. I'm blessed to have gone to other countries and been able to sing for people who didn't even understand a word I was saying.
Exactly, but they understood the music.
They understand the music. So, Miss Lynn Branford, we are grateful to you. Thank you for the wonderful seed that you planted in us and nurtured.
Well,
and does Lynn get to stay on and listen to Cindy's?
Well, she won't be able to hear it on the phone. That's why I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to play Cindy's interview, and then I will send you a copy of the final show.
That will be wonderful. Well, I'm so honored. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, we love you. We
love you. Love you.
Okay. All right.
All the best to you guys.
All the best.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye-bye. Here's Cindy.
Just be thankful for what you got.
Hey, Bargain Queen, Sheryl Renee, Lisa McGrew, Siegfried. I always remember you as McGrew. My 2 best friends in the whole world. I tell everyone that all the time, even though it may not feel that way because I don't contact you as often as I should, but you're always in my heart and on my mind, as well as my favorite teacher who I'm so grateful for. I know today's theme is gratitude, Mrs. Lynn Branford. I always think of her as Mrs. Branford because I have so much respect for her, but I know she's probably okay with me calling her Lynn now that I'm 54. But I do have her as my password for just about every internet password as my favorite teacher, because it's so true. Times were a little rough for us when we were in middle school. I know Lisa and Sheryl had their own things going on at home, me as well, and the best part of my day was going and singing and feeling that joy in my heart. And even when we misbehaved on those back risers, Miss Branford was stern but always loving and so inspirational. Even had us in her home in Manitou Springs. We had so much fun. I just don't know how to express how much you've meant to me, Miss Branford. I am so grateful for you and what you do and You've done it for not just me and Lisa and Sheryl, but for so many people and throughout your life that love you. And I know you've felt some of that love in return, and we are so grateful for you. And I still sing to this day. In fact, have been inspired to do so more in the past few years. Singing with a hospice singer when my mom got really sick, I would go there, and then I got inspired across the street at the Italian restaurant to get up with the guitar player when he heard me singing close by. And it kind of went from there. Now I find myself at blues jams and jazz jams and singing with a friend of mine at a few places every now and then. So it still means a lot to me, and I think of you often. Miss Branford, I'm so thankful for you. Love you. Now I'm getting emotional. And thank you, Sheryl, for letting me be part of this show today. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm going to cry now. Love you.
Are you a business owner? Have you always wanted to advertise but didn't know how? Get your advertising going with KUHS Denver and deliver to all the Front Range, to Colorado, to the entire world. We can do it for you from start to finish, complete with a professional commercial, social site presence, and other avenues of advertising. KUHS is now a very successful advertising outlet that brings results for your business or product. Get going today by calling Henry at 303-255-0567. Advertise with KUHSdenver.com today. Call Henry 303-255-0567. Advertise locally, be heard worldwide. Again, give Henry at KUHS Denver a call at 303-255-0567 to advertise with KUHSdenver.com.
And now, back to Making a Way with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee.
Oh, man. Kind of cheesy today, folks. We're all getting emotional up in here. Today's show is about gratitude. You're listening to Making a Way. I'm Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. How's everybody doing out there? You doing all right? Well, you just heard from our teacher from 40 years ago, Lynn Branford, who we still love to this day. She was all of our favorites. That was my sidekick, Lisa McGrew, and then the person that said, and now, back to, that's Cindy. And the three of us have been best friends for 40 years. And so that was a really special thing to be able to get our teacher on the phone and just tell her how much she meant to us. Do you all out there have somebody that means something to you? Huh? Do you? Just think back. It might not be a teacher. It might be someone that took you under their wing. It might be somebody who loved you in spite of yourself. It might be someone who, who did you wrong, and you're grateful from the lessons that you learned for them. I'm going to give you just 5-10 seconds to think about that person right now. Ooh-wee, honey. How'd that go for you? Oh, my goodness. Well, again, today's show is about gratitude. And, I couldn't really think of a better way to talk about it than to talk about how do you achieve it, because there are some people that can't be grateful or don't know how to be grateful. Those are people, we call it ungrateful. Have you ever done something for somebody and you think, oh, man, they were so ungrateful? Well, you know what? Gratitude is something, and thankfulness. Gratitude and thankfulness is something that just makes life better. I have a letter from my Aunt Minnie Edwards from Stockton, California, and she talks about the fact that my first word that I loved so much when I was born was thank you. And I loved it so much I would say it twice for everything. Okay, thank you. And that blessed me so much to find that out, because I'm still that same way. I probably say it too much. As a matter of fact, there's a comedy skit from George Carlin, one of my favorite comedians, and he talks about how it's all about thank you, and I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, but it is hilarious, and it's all about people who say it too much. I mean, we're a society where we say thank you for everything, especially here in America. But right now, I know that we've got people listening from all over the world. I'm looking here from Germany, Romania, Spain, Nigeria, Mexico, Mount Airy, United States. And I don't know where that is. And the way that this live traffic feed does, it will say the state and it will say the United States and the city, but it doesn't give the state. So I see here West Cliff, but also I see, let's see, here's some more, Germany, Serbia, wherever you are calling from around the world. Thank you. Gracias. Merci. Danke. Okay, if I'm going to say it, I need to get it right. Okay, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to say it in some different languages here. But how do you get a grateful spirit? Well, we want you to go to our Pinterest board. Please go to our Pinterest board at www.pinterest.com. Find me. My name is Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. Each week on our shows, we do a correlating, matching Pinterest board. And today's board is entitled the same name as the show, Gratitude. And I'm looking at this one Mimi here, and it says 15 steps to achieve gratitude. Okay, well, the first one is appreciate. Appreciate what's happening. Find a way to appreciate a situation. Like, I've kind of been arguing with one of my family members last night. But I just appreciate the fact that, that I have a family member. And I don't want to say who it is. But I love her and I appreciate her. And, even though you go through hard times, bad times, whatever, the undercurrent, if you're blessed and if you're lucky, is that there is love there, love and appreciation. So number one was appreciate. Number two, stop labeling. Oh, boy, are we going through that here in the United States. Of course, we're a week away from probably the most important election we've ever had. This country, I tell you what, I'm digressing. But there's a lot of labeling going on in this country right now from both sides, from all sides, because you have people who are in the two major parties, but you have people who are not. You have people who are just sideline talkers who will never vote, who will never get involved for religious reasons, for whatever reason. But there's so much labeling going on here, religious labeling, color labeling, race labeling. So number two, gratitude, stop labeling. Number three, optimism. Be optimistic. Yeah, things are going to get better. Yeah, we're going through this rough period right now, but, as soon as we get through this election, the United States will be able to take a breath, and really the world, because as a superpower, of course, everyone listening here knows that wherever you are, somehow or another, you're affected by what happens here in America. And people may say no, but we give money to almost every country on the planet. I do believe somehow, some way, United States and our aid, our foreign aid, is contributing to everybody. So we're all affected. The policies, what happens with the stock market, with the value of the dollar, everything is affected by it. So anyway, we need to be optimistic. Yeah? Okay. Number four, release your past. And this is something right here I can tell you I am still working on. And a lot of what is going on with me right now has a lot to do with my past creeping up into my life. And so it says, number four, release your past, people. Okay, number five, avoid comparison. Oh, boy, isn't that something? Avoid comparison. That means that just because the grass looks greener on the other side doesn't mean it's greener. Okay? Or it could be greener. Maybe they're watering the grass and you're not watering yours. But, but the main thing is look to your own situation. Look to your own circumstances. Avoid comparing yourself to the next person because you never know what that person is going through. I have people all the time that tell me, oh, they wish they were me. They wish they had their life. And then I think, my dear, no, you don't. You might like this gift. You might like the sound of my voice, but you just, don't compare. Avoid comparison. That's good. Okay. 6, kindness. Oh, kindness always works. I think kindness always works in achieving gratitude. Number 7, stop using excuses. Are you using excuses? You know who you are. Are you doing number 7? Don't do number 7. Okay. Number 8, nurture relationships. Yes, because you can care about a person all you want, but if you never call, never check, if if you're not nurturing, if you talk to that person a certain way, if you're not using number 6 kindness, and you're not nurturing a relationship, chances are it can't grow. You got to plant the seed and you got to water it. You got to water that seed, nurture relationships. Number 9, forgiveness. Oh, my God, forgiveness. I'm asking some people to forgive me today. Please forgive me. All right. Forgiveness was number 9. Number 10, avoid impressing others. Okay, yeah, you want the nice clothes so that everybody, thinks that you're doing great. Hey, you can have nice clothes. Go to the thrift store. Yeah, you can look just as fantastic as anybody else. So are you trying to impress others? Don't impress others. Impress yourself. If you're unhappy with your life, that's what we're about on this show. We're trying to teach people. We're sharing no-cost to low-cost ways to enhance the quality of your life. So, the number 10 says avoid impressing others. Impress yourself. If you're lacking, if there's something you need, go to a thrift store, go to a yard sale, go to a flea market, go to the pawn shop, get on Craigslist. There's no reason for you to do without, especially in this country, the United States of America. Okay, number 11. Commit to your goals. This is a good time for me to bring up my weight loss crusade that I started October the 12th. Today is November 2nd. I've lost 5 pounds. And I want to say thank you to my friend Monica Ortega. I want to say thank you to Ron Springer at Kente Express, who I am using some of the products from his store that I purchased, sea moss and cassava meal. I'm grinding in a smoothie. And then I want to thank my sweetheart because he is working out with me, walking with me, doing the things that I need to do to lose weight. So it's working, folks. I wish it was more, but at least I've lost 5 pounds, and I feel good about it. The crusade that I'm doing, the BQ Weight Loss Crusade, goes through January 12th. So each week I'll come on and I'll give you an update as to what I'm doing and how I'm doing. So commit to your goals. Whatever that goal is for you, commit to it. Number 12, care for your body. Hey, that falls right in line with what I just said of, I'm losing weight. And I'm caring for my body, and I want to be healthy, and I want to be around for my grands as long as I can be. Okay, number 13, believe. Believe that we will get through whatever it is that we're going through. Believe in whatever it is. Number 14, dream. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop believing. Don't stop dreaming. And then 15, I think it's probably, I don't know why it's number 15, because I think it's probably the most important one, and that is give. Because there's a law of nature. It's the honest to God truth. If you give, you receive. If you give, you receive. It is the law of nature. I think that if you give away a bunch of shoes, you'll be so surprised to find out that all of a sudden you're finding all of these great sales, or someone is giving, hey, I can't fit these, I bought these, and blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, give love, give of your time, give of your energy, and it all come back to you. So those are 15 steps to achieve gratitude. All right now. So let's see here. I'm going to go to the Pinterest page. Yeah. And I'm just going to call off some of these affirmations about gratitude. 1, I thank you for your part in my journey. I love that. Look for something positive in each day. Even if some days you have to look a little harder. And that's what I have to do for today. Here's another one I really like. Be grateful for your life as it is, not as you wish it to be. Oh, that's powerful. That is so powerful. Yes. Again, we want to send you all to the Facebook page. Look for Making a Way, Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. We've got so much great information on there. Also on our Pinterest page, we've got lots and lots of different ways here to show gratitude. I'm going to take a very short break, and when I come back, I'm going to be joined by Henry Archuleta, the music director of KUHS. He's going to join me on the air here, and we're going to talk about gratitude from his perspective. I'm going to read just a couple of more this one says, Namaste. The light within me honors the light within you. Also, here's one. Gratitude in advance is the most powerful, creative force in the universe. Wow. Gratitude, being thankful for what you have, is the most powerful force in the universe. And joining me right now to talk about what he's grateful for in 2016, because again, this is November. I guess you can consider November the month of giving. Hey, Henry.
Hey, what's going on, Sheryl?
Oh, I'm so happy to have you on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man that I have to say I'm so grateful for, because he gave me an opportunity. You know, I had a dream to do a television show, which is still my dream, and I'm going to believe. But Henry said, yeah, do a radio show. I remember I said, okay, I'll start in March. He's like, why start then?
Started right away.
Started right away. You pushed me, and I'm so glad you did.
And this show has been really listened to by a lot of people, because I get a lot of emails from people. Their Twitter, they post up and retweet some of the things that we put out there. And they love your show because you teach people a lot of ways on how to make a do with what you got, how to go shop. And this right here, gratitude, how to be grateful for what you got. And I'm always grateful for what we got here. And Sheryl, we've got some things coming up into the future that's going to make all our dreams come true. As we expand, that's a big word right there, as we expand into the radio facility, a bigger studio. So it's going to go TV, which is something that you've probably been wanting.
It is something I've been wanting.
And as everybody stays on board with us, you know, there's some that fall off. We're not sure why. They walk themselves out of here.
Well, I think it's part of,
no gratitude.
It's just like in the music business, you know, clubs come and go.
Right.
Things have, you know what I mean? People shift. Everybody has, they say you're in someone's life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Right.
Yeah, so some people are just reasons, you know, and some people are seasons. But I know, I'm looking at the thing here, all of the people. There's Turkey, United Kingdom. Oh, a lot of people from Turkey listening in. Hey, Turkey. Tell them a little something about KUHS in case there's someone out here who's listening in for the very first time.
Well, with KUHS, what we've done, we've got the technical background involved with this facility. Now, we got the server that we don't go through no fractional server like Sam Broadcaster that charges you per listener if you got 100, 200, 500 listeners, or the other ones that are limited to maybe 5,000 listeners. We carry our own server, so we can bring in all that comes in up to now. We're maxed out at 40,000. We can't go no further.
Okay,
but not everybody stays on at any given time, and so the platforms that we use are iTunes, TuneIn, Google Play, Roku, all the different ones. You can go right to our website and even listen to us there. And that's the difference between us and a lot of the other stations that use third-party servers to go out on. They have to pay big money just to get the listeners in, where we hashtag all over the world. And you can see the hashtags. I put some on yours today if you looked at your hashtags.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, your hashtags take you all over the world, and if you follow those hashtags, you'll see yourself being advertised, or the post going into other cities, big cities that would love your show.
Yeah. Okay, and then finally, Henry, can you just give something that you're grateful for?
Well, one thing I am grateful is you.
Aww.
Yeah, Sheryl, you've done a fabulous job, and everybody who's come in here and their dreams are here, and they turn this dream into something really solid. You know, their dream is to get this going and to turn it into something. And our studio here is only 2 years old. We've been at this 10 years, just so everybody don't know. When we started, the technology hadn't caught up with what we were doing, so the smartphones are barely coming out. Now it's back up, but now we pulled together all the latest and greatest technologies in which to push this little beast, and it's just going apeshit right now. That's what I'm grateful for. I didn't ever dream this would take off so quickly. According to the business plan, it should have taken off within 3 years. Mm-hmm. It's 2 years. And
most businesses, they say it takes 3 years for them to jump off.
This one took off like a rocket. And it has to do like with the likes of you, Steve Watts, all the big names that are here, Cha-Cha Chavez, Paul Chavez, Dan Ulibarri. We've got Janine Santana, Steve Stalzy. They're all big people in the music business or in the radio business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're grateful for me, but I know there's something else. Come on.
Come on.
You got 30 seconds.
Say what I'm grateful for.
Yeah, what are you grateful for in your life?
Oh, I'm grateful for...
Besides this station.
Besides this station?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm grateful that I have a solid, clean life. No drugs.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm solid that I have a good health in which to push a lot of things.
And a beautiful wife.
I knew you were going to get to
You
that.
know I got to get Miss Pearl in here. Don't be playing with me.
Look at me blush. If you can see me, I'm all red now.
He is blushing, but he is still. I love it because you are still. How long you guys been married?
42 years.
42 years. This man is still in love.
Oh my gosh! See, look at you.
You are still in love.
Why are you making me blush? Why are you making me blush?
Because some people are together. You can have the numbers. And just people just be around each other, just used to each other, staying together for whatever reason, because the Bible, because of, you know what I mean?
Because of the Bible.
well, a lot of people back in the day, that kept a lot of people together longer than they probably would have stayed because they wanted to be righteous in the eyes of God or whatever. But you are still in love with Miss Pearl. I know it because of the way you talk about her.
Really?
Yeah. You heard it here, Miss Pearl. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on, Henry.
Cheryl, that's great. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy this.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am so grateful to you. You changed my destiny. I want to do more radio. I want to do television. I want to continue to do what it is that we're doing here, and it's opened a door for me. I didn't know I would do this and be comfortable at it, And
what's neat about what we're doing here is it's technologically driven. We've got the latest and greatest from GWiz Computers, which is 20 years in the business, so we know all the softwares, all the nice things, and how to hook this machine up. So when we bring out the TV component, we want you to be on that as part of the bargain queen, bringing that to the TV component.
I love it.
That's going to be great.
You. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you for having me.
And now, back to Making a Way with Bargain Queen, Sheryl Renee.
Oh, people, did you enjoy this show today? Well, I started it off by saying I was having a rough day, y'all. I had a rough night last night. And maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe I'm not the only one that's feeling down or feeling blue. How do you have gratitude when you're feeling down, when you're blue? And I just want to read this. This is from a blog called My Think Big Life. And it says, when you're stuck, first of all, be kind to yourself. Okay? This is just a period of time in your life. That's it. Be kind to yourself no matter what you're going to. Secondly, know when it's time to get unstuck. There's a beautiful meme that I created. I sang at a memorial service, and the gentleman wrote this who was dying from cancer. And basically, to just sum it up, he's saying, it's okay to be sad, but let it come in and then leave like the tide. Don't live in that sadness. So that's an important thing. Know when it's time to get unstuck. And then here it is again. The next one, it says, my story of being stuck big time. We each have our own stories, but don't live in your story. And I'm not reading exactly what she has here. Again, you can find this on our Pinterest page at Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. Okay, that's where it is. And then she talks about how to get unstuck. Commit to start living. Commit to starting a list. Here's the trick. Commit to a very tiny block of time each and every day. Set a timer and work on it every 15 minutes. That's just writing out your thoughts, writing whatever's on your mind. Start journaling. That's something I haven't really been able to do is journal. And I know Oprah probably could have got the whole country journaling because that was a huge thing with her. But I was always so busy, too busy to sit down and start writing down my thoughts. But I'm going to write a book. Oh, yeah, there's a book in this girl. And when I do, it's going to, reveal quite a few things in this life that I've had. But again, I'm very grateful to have woken up this morning. I'm grateful to my children. I'm grateful to my family. I'm grateful to the men that have been in my life that I've learned from. I'm grateful to my sweetheart who loves me. I'm grateful to this station. I'm grateful for our country. I'm grateful for the United States of America with all her problems. This is my home, and my ancestors and my elders helped bring it and make it what it is today, and we are fighting for it. So I'm grateful that this election will be over next Tuesday because it is really a very stressful thing. Most of all, I'm grateful for everybody that is tuned in to this show. I'm going to end with a great tune by Josh Groban. This one's called Thankful. Some days we forget to look around us. Some days we can't see the joy that surrounds us. So caught up inside ourselves, we take when we should give. So for tonight, we pray for what we know can be. And on this day, we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us to be the change. And even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Look beyond ourselves. There's so much sorrow. It's way too late to say I'll cry tomorrow. Each of us must find the truth. It's so long overdue. So for tonight, we pray for what we know can be. And on this day, we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us to be the change. And even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Even with our differences, there is a place we're all connected. Each of us can find the other's light. I'm grateful to everybody for tuning into this show. It means a lot to me. Listen to Making a Way with Bargain Queen Sheryl Renee. Whatever's going on in your world, find the gratitude. Find a way to find the appreciation, right? For tonight, we pray for what we know can be. And on this day, we hope for what we still can be. It's up to us to be the change. And even though the world needs so much more, there's so much to be thankful.